I make most of my own cards to give to people, and I need to get a couple made fairly quickly. So today I'm going to quickly show you how I make some of my simplest but really beautiful cards, and people always say they love them. Firstly, what I'm going to do is the picture on the front of the card. So the inserts for these cards, I'm doing 10 centimeters, which is about 4 inches by 150, which is about 6 inches. And I'm going to cut my cards up. And this is not the actual card size. This is the picture on the front that I shall do in this size. And I think I'll do 4 different ones today. And this is watercolor paper that I'm using at the moment. And you'll see why in a second. So now I've got 4 cover pieces of card for my pictures. And what I'm going to do is, I want to do these quite quickly. I'm going to use my Cricut to draw the pictures on. And I'm going to draw them in a permanent marker. These are waterproof pens, and it is actually really important to make sure that you get a waterproof pen for this. So I'm not going to show you the Cricut stuff because I don't really do Cricut tutorials on my channel. To be honest, I'm not that great at using the Cricut, but I do love it. So I'm going to do 4 different pictures on here, but if you don't have a Cricut, then don't panic. You can draw these by hand or trace them on. So I've got my pictures all not printed. I've got my pictures all drawn out. They were done on the Cricut. I've got 2 different types of bird, a butterfly and a dragonfly. So all I'm going to be using now is my watercolors. I've got solid watercolors, but you use watercolor pencils or whatever you've got. Now I don't want these to be really neat. So I don't want to keep within the lines. I want to be able to ensure that they look a little bit messy, and that's why I've put the dark colour in. Now, as I said, this is a waterproof black ink because then it's not going to get reactivated by the water that I'm putting on now. And I'm putting on water now, and I'm going to let that soak in for a couple of seconds before I start adding my colours. I'm going to have to guess what these colours are, as you know. So I'm going for the colours that I think look sweet. It's really warm in here today. So this paint is probably drying as quickly as I'm putting it down. I think I'm using reds, oranges and blues here. But like I said, I'm not keeping within the lines. And I'm quite happy for these colours to merge into each other. There we go, that's that one done. And I've left a space up here because that's where I'm going to add a greeting or something like that. So now I just need to wait for that to dry. Now with the butterfly, I'm going to be using my metallic watercolour paints because I just love these. And now I have got these labelled so I know what colours they are. And again, I'm going to go in with some water, and I definitely want these spread into each other. And this is a blue I'm going to be using here. And now I'm going to use the yellow. And I think I'm going to have to use the red. Once these are dry, they have a lovely glycerin shine to them. There we go. So that one's done. And I'm just going to leave that flat to dry. And then the next one is the dragonfly. And I'm probably going to do all the colours on this somehow. I'm not putting water down on this one first, because what I'm going to do is keep it a more solid colour, but still not worry about keeping in between the lines. And there we go, that one's done. And now I've just got to wait for that to dry. I'm going to do his eyes a different colour. I think I'm going to do those a greeny blue. And I know it's a greeny blue because it tells me I've written on it. There we go. And the last one's this little bird. And I might do a combination on this one of both. I might use some watercolours, normal watercolours, and I also might use some of the metallic-y ones as well. So all I'm doing is layering that over there a little bit. So I'm just layering on now a little bit of red, like this. And again, I'm going to go over it with a little bit of the metallic red as well. Again, I'm not sticking between the lines. I like the casual look of this. So now they're all coloured in, they're all painted, really quick and easy to do. And now I can just wait for these to dry before I put the last bits of finishing touches to them. And that won't take a minute or two. So now they're all dry, what I'm going to do is do some splattering over them. Because I think I like the look of splattering and it gives it a bit more interest. I'm not covering up the actual pictures while I'm doing this, because I don't mind if it splatters over the pictures. And I'm going to do yellow and probably red splattering. And all I'm doing is I've got some watercolours on my brush and I'm just giving it a splatter. I might let that dry and then do some blue, because I think the blue will look nice in it as well. So now I'm going to quickly do a little bit of blue. And there we go. I can let them dry. While they're drying, I can cut out my cardstock ready for my cards to go, for these to go on. And I'll show you how to do that. It's really easy. So these are the colours of backgrounds I've chosen. I've chosen a different colour for each one of the pictures. I know that that is the size of the card that I want, which is I've done on the orange. So all I need to do is measure that up against that one, like that. Put a little mark there, little mark there, a little mark there. And then cut these out. If you don't have a card cutter like this, then you should be able to do it with a pair of scissors, or if you haven't got scissors, then a knife. And if you haven't got a craft knife, then, well, you need to get some really. Okay, and then I'm using a bone folder. And what I'm going to do is measure the center, so that's, what was it, 12 I think. Yeah, 12 going across there. Put my ruler on there, join my two dots up, and then using my bone folder, I'm going to run that down the middle there, because then that gives me a nice fold for my card. And I'm going to carry on, do the others, and then I'll show you how I'm going to put together and what sort of thing I'm going to put on them. So these are all lovely and dry now, and I'm ready to put these on here. As you can see, I have got a border because I cut this to ensure that I had a border. And what I'm going to be using to glue these on with is this double-sided tape that comes in these rollers. Now you need to be pretty precise with these because you get one chance at it really. So make sure that you put it on the bit that's opened and going to be seen. Now, ask me how I know that. Because I've done it so many times. There we go. So that's quite on there quite well now, look. So I'm going to finish off those and then I'll show you what I'm going to do to finish them right off. I've got my little sayings marked out here and I've cut them out using my Cricut. But if you haven't got a Cricut, like I said, you can buy these from Amazon and places like that. I'll link some in the description below to make it easier for you. And I want these to overlap slightly each one of the pictures that I've done. So all I'm doing is putting that on there like that. And then removing my transfer tape. Making sure that that is pressed right down. And then we've got a congratulations card. I'll finish the rest off and then I'll show you what they all look like at the end. Well, these are all finished now and I've made the envelopes. And if you want me to show you in a video how to make these envelopes, they're really easy to make, then let me know in the comments and I'll happily do one. And this is what they all look like now. I've done them so that the envelopes matches the card. And I think they've come out really, really pretty. In 3/4 of an hour to an hour, you could have made these 4 cards, probably 5. So simple to do, but look great. And people love to receive handmade cards, or my family and everybody I know do. And I think these make them a little bit more personal. You could even put a little signature on the bottom of your artwork as well if you wanted to. Be sure to check out the video that I've got coming up next. I think you'll really like that video. Boot the like button, hit the subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your crafting. Take care. Bye.